pre-rinse, Elise? I'm gonna put it in makeup terms. You know how a lot of times when we put on our foundation, but first we should have put on our primer so that our foundation works even better? That is how I would describe a pre-rinse when we're talking about whitening and brushing our teeth. So this is a whitening pre-rinse. It also freshens your breath and it gets your teeth ready and prepared to be truly whitened. It's $16, available at beautyiq.com, and it's a nice big size here, 16 full ounces here. All right, we're diving right into our very first tutorial. It's called your prep step, right? Your prep step, that's right. So we brought in a doctor today, that's right. Dentist Justin Rashbaum is here today, a practicing cosmetic dentist out of New York City, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, very busy, aren't you?
Try to be.
Yeah, well, I know you're in high demand. Well, here's the thing. I'm really glad you're here because you studied under Dr. Smile, correct?
Yes.
So you learned his wisdom and you're ready to share it with us. It's Beauty You.
Yeah, and you gave us the female version of what the pre-rinse does. I like to say the male version is if you're getting ready to wash your car, you know, when you go to the car wash to get your car washed, before they even take the car through the machine, they hose it off. That's exactly what this pre-rinse is doing. It's preparing the teeth for the whitening system. One of the best benefits of this, first of all, before you understand the pre-rinse, okay, before you understand the pre-rinse, you have to understand the system. Before you understand the system, you have to know that it comes, as you said before, from the best place, which is Dr. Smile. This is someone that I looked up to in dental school. He's considered the father of aesthetic dentistry. He's someone that was in nearly, I would say, pretty much every single cosmetic dental textbook that I had in dental school, who I had the privilege of meeting after I graduated from dental school. And he's a pioneer, not only a pioneer, but an innovator. And like you said, this is a 35-year endeavor. This system is really, truly his legacy. And so I'm super excited to be here for it. And this is the first step. The pre-rinse is the first step you're going to use in your system, in your daily hygiene regimen every single day.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so why don't we dive right in here, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually very excited to try the pre-rinse. So I'd like you to use this as a teachable moment for someone who has not used the pre-rinse before. Can you believe that? Because I actually love pearly whites. Teach me how much I'm gonna use and what I need to do.
I like to open the cap up, and what you'll see here, you'll see the inner capful, the inner cap. I usually just fill this inner cap up with the pre-rinse, and I swish around for 30 seconds.
Okay, so you just fill kind of that smaller.
I like to fill the smaller cap. I mean, to be honest with you, if I'm doing this a lot of the time, this is my particular bottle. I don't really like to share my bottle, so I'll go straight from the bottle myself.
Oh, you just do a swish.
That's me.
You're crazy.
But if you're worried about sharing with other people, then maybe not.
Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to talk for 30 seconds. This is gonna be a challenge in and of itself. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the pre-rinse.
Right, and it cleans the surface of the teeth and it prepares the teeth for the whitening system. And when you first try this, you might think, wow, this really feels and tastes different than any other mouthwash I've ever had. Why? And I'll tell you why, is because it's non-alcoholic. A lot of people think that if they don't have that burning sensation when they're rinsing, then they're not getting that killing of bacteria. And here, let me tell you right now, once and for all, that burning sensation that you get when you're rinsing has absolutely nothing to do with killing bacteria. The alcohol that are in mouth rinses solely are there to keep other ingredients stabilized. So we have no alcohol in this. In fact, alcohol even in mouth rinses can increase the bacteria that cause bad breath. So the fact that we keep this out is really making sure that we minimize any type of harmful bad bacteria over the course of the long term while you're using this.
Gotta tell ya.
Yeah, 30 seconds and rinse. And it doesn't have that biting, doesn't have that jarring flavor.
You know, a lot of times after I do some sort of rinse, I immediately think, okay, I need to splash my mouth with water. I don't necessarily feel that way right now.
Right.
And you know what else I liked about it? Exactly what you were saying. There wasn't a burning sensation going on. You know, I've used those rinses before where it burns so much you think, can I do this? Can I last 30 seconds?
Right.
Now tell me exactly kind of what happened when I swished around for 30 seconds. I killed bacteria in my mouth, correct?
Exactly.
And I prepared my teeth to get whiter, or I already started the whitening process?
You're already starting the whitening process. Okay. Right after you brush, within minutes after you brush, there's a film that forms on the surfaces of the teeth. And this film almost acts like a dartboard for stains, for coffee stains, for red wine, for tea. Anything that would stain your shirt will stain your teeth. And this film is helped removed by the pre-rinse. And if you'll notice the pre-rinse, the word before the pre-rinse, what is this? It's a whitening pre-rinse. So the whitening aspect of this this kind of makes sense. It's clear, right? We put this in a jar here to kind of give you an idea. Certainly you don't obviously need this much when you rinse, but just to give you an idea, we're whitening teeth. So, you know, your whitening pre-rinse doesn't need to be blue. So we keep this clear. And what you'll notice when you shake it up, one of the things that I like when I shake this up, and I'm going to shake this up for a few minutes, this is kind of just simulating the effect that you would have when you are rinsing in your mouth. One of my favorite aspects of this rinse is that it's really, really frothy. And what you'll see, I'm going to hold it up here, after you rinse out, after you're rinsing in your mouth for about 30 seconds, look at the amount of froth that's on the top of this pre-rinse. It really gets in every single crevice. It gets between the teeth, it gets under the gums, and it really helps to prepare the teeth for the whitening system that you're going to use with our toothpaste and our accelerator. And this will stay like this for quite some time. I could probably leave this on the counter here for a good 15 minutes and it will just look just like this. This is my favorite aspect.
So that's kind of what's taking off those stains and whatnot on the teeth. That's getting in between the teeth.
Yeah, taking off stains. It's also freshening breath because of the sodium bicarbonate in it. It's got a lot of ingredients. You know, one of the things that's great about the system that was very important to Dr. Smigel when he developed this is not only what we put in the Supersmile system, but also what we keep out. You'll come to see we take out, there's no abrasives, we take out silica, sulfates, parabens. So it's not just what's in this system, but what we kind of removed. And also at the same time with this, and you'll come to see after we do the pre-rinse, is that we're infusing the teeth with magnesium, with phosphates, all sorts of things, calcium that are help strengthen the teeth, fluoride.
Nice.
But the whitening pre-rinse is the first aspect of this, and I think you're really going to like this. It's my personal favorite as well.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Okay, well, I love the fact that it's only $16. I mean, because it's 16 ounces too. So let's talk about that for a second. Are we using this AM and PM?
Yes, I use this twice a day.
Twice a day. It's 30 seconds, so it's not much of a commitment. Let's put it that way, beauties. And then we're just using the little capful here that you can see in here. It's just a really small capful. And I'm wondering also, do you know about how long this supply should last us?
That actually, I'm not sure. I don't want to give false information. I'm not 100% sure. Depends how much you use. I don't measure it out, so I don't. You know, it's not always that small capful.
You do a swish.
Yeah, it usually lasts me a couple months.
Okay, perfect. All right, that's what I wanted to know. So now, if we don't have a whitening system right now, or, well, let's take both questions. If we don't have a whitening system, should we be using this as, you know, our whitener? If we have a whitening system, is this something we can just infiltrate into whatever whitening system we're doing?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's always people that come to my office, and there's a couple ways that people whiten their teeth, right? They use the whitening toothpaste at the drugstore, the conventional whitening toothpaste, that basically work by scraping stains off of teeth through an abrasive called silica, which is very damaging. There's also people that, you know, I get a lot of people in my office, no matter how much I tell them I love Supersmile, what they will say is, well, doc, let me come in the office, I just want to sit under a light for an hour and whiten my teeth. And what that does is those dehydrate the teeth. They dehydrate the teeth, and that's when you get the sensitivity, you get that kind of biting pain that lasts about 24 hours. But I always tell patients, even if they do things like that, even if they want that in-office whitening, I always have patients supplement those treatments with the Supersmile system. They always leave with a tube of the toothpaste, they leave with the toothpaste of the accelerator. So it's something that's great, and it's easy, right? It's brushing, right? We're brushing, we're rinsing and we're brushing. We're not doing anything different than you're used to doing. A lot of the people that are probably using different whitening systems out there, you're engaging in techniques that you might not be comfortable with. You're wearing trays, there are lights, there's different things. This is just rinsing and brushing. There's no messy trays, there's no special techniques to learn. So it makes it, I mean, that was one of the things that was very important for Dr. Smigel. He wanted everybody to have the benefit of white teeth and oral health in a way that obviously didn't break the bank, but was also just easy for people. You know, then when they wake up in the morning, you know, nobody wants to have a separate step to whiten their teeth. This fits into your routine. If you're just rinsing and brushing, it's 2 steps. If you forget to use the rinse in the morning, it's a 1-step system. So
Perfect.
It's fantastic.
We love it. $16 if you want to head on over to beautyiq.com and pick it up that way. We also have a 1-800 number right there listed at the bottom of our screen that you are more than welcome to call. I also want to invite you into our Facebook chat here at Beauty IQ on Facebook. This way, you can come in and ask any beauty question you may have to the doctor. He's in the house. And guess what? Beauty U is in session. So come on in with your questions. Beauties, we're taking a quick break, but when we come back, our Beauty IQ Steal coming up right after this.
All right, so Tante Couture.
Yep.
This is pretty amazing. I love this concealer. So tell me about it.
Well, what I love about it is that it's a concealer and a highlighter in one. So
Okay.
you see that little pink strip? That's your highlighter.
Okay.
And then the beige side is your concealer.
Oh.
But really they blend together and they just melt right into the skin. And because it's got the highlighter, not only can you use it, you know, just sort of like to touch up if you wanted to do your brow bones
That's
or
so
like your
cool.
Cupid's bow, but right, you see how they see the two stripes? But if you rub it together, right, like let's say you're putting it under eyes, what happens is that it gives you coverage, and instead of it being like a flat thing, it gives you like a
Dimension.
luminescent, yeah, and like a luminous complexion.
That's really beautiful. I mean, that it's like pearlescent, it's pretty, and it's so soft.
It
and
feels
smooth.
really good and it looks really nice on the skin. And also, I mean, it's so lightweight, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's super portable, so I always have it like in my purse. my
So
handbag.
here you have your highlighter and your concealer all in one.
All in
Throw
one.
it in the bag, take it with you everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Especially on the plane, right? When you
Yeah.
get off the plane, you want to look really good.
Well, I use it all the time when you wake up, before
Mm-hmm.
you go to the gym, before you go to the grocery store, anywhere. I mean, and also if you have any other uneven spots like on your face or acne or anything like that, it's perfect to touch
Oh,
on
yeah,
your whole
like
face.
right over here.
Or even another makeup artist taught me to use it in here. Like if you put it on the lines, you don't seem to have any, which is annoying to me.
Who knows why?